Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Playoffathon. Tyler and Greer holding it down here on the No Cap Space YouTube page live. Ooh, we got two games, crazy for completely different reasons. Two games to talk about here. Before we dive into it, we gotta tap in with our friends at Home Field, of course. Look at this shirt right here, right? Nice little Husky shirt. I know Greer can always get behind that, right? I know. You can use code NOCAT15.
Maybe the best thing on the whole website. I don't know.
It's really great. I'm not gonna lie. It's like no BS. It's really good stuff. So go get ready for college season. Get your agendas ready and locked in, and make sure you're ready to go. With Home Field, use code NOCAT15 and check out the No Cat Space collection in the link in the description below. Los Lynx! Los Lynx! Los Lynx! Let's ride! Let's ride! Los Lynx! Let's survive. Goodness gracious. When they stuck around in that third quarter, I knew it was going to be close. When Golden State wasn't able to deliver that knockout blow, I knew it was going to be tight. And ultimately, they turned the faucet off for Golden State. And a big part of that was the defense is the main thing here for me for Minnesota in completing this comeback. We're certainly going to be talking about Golden State here as well, but I want to start with Minnesota in how they get about this run, because playing a full 40 minutes against Minnesota feels damn near impossible without them being able to punch back. And that's what makes them so scary to me, because what made this so difficult for Golden State was that when they were making their shots, Minnesota wasn't getting any easy buckets, and they were able to get into their own defense. But as soon as those shots stopped falling, the run started. Greer, I'll lob it over to you. Just before we dive into any specifics here heavily, the Minnesota Lynx complete this comeback. Your thoughts overall right now?
Where do I even begin? It just goes to show why they were the number one defense and the number one offense all season long. They go on a few different runs, right, in that second half, right? A 9-0 run, an 8-0 run, but then also only allow the Valkyries 30-something points in the second half.
That sounds right. Yeah, I can check for you for sure here. They ended the first half
with 41.
33.
Yeah.
Yep, 33 points. Yeah.
So, I mean, it just goes to show the habits that you build in the regular season, they show up.
Yeah.
In the playoffs. 100%. And you live and die by the habits you exhibit all season long. And that's what the Lynx did.
Yeah, 100%. I'm with you. Before we continue on, KJ with the 5. Thank goodness the Lynx got it together in the second half. Thanks for the instant recap. I need to process before I go to bed. That's what we're here for. We know the playoffs are a lot. Look, I'm trying to process right now. So I feel you. KJ, thank you for the 5. Of course, those super chats get you on the screen. So if you want to be part of the discussion and get your take heard, that's the best way to go about it. Thank you, KJ. Yeah, let's get into it. I want to start a little bit more specifically. You could talk about a couple players for Minnesota, but to me, one of the biggest reasons that this comeback started was Bridget Carleton. And the threes goes 4-6 on the game from 3, 4-7 overall.
Not BC, yeah.
12 points. When they needed her most, she arrived. I think it was 3 threes in a row, right? I think, and just completely. That's when it was like, oh shit, here they come. That was the moment where that was going to happen. And that's kind of what makes Minnesota so dangerous, is that honestly, kind of in a similar way to Golden State, they have a lot of players that on kind of any given night, they're kind of like an advanced Golden State in that sense of they really emphasize the defense. They have players that it could beat anyone any night. They just also happen to have one of the best players in the world in addition to that. And I think that's really what made the difference tonight, is that when Golden State needed a bucket, they don't naturally have that kind of go-to bucket getter. That's just not on their roster right now. And obviously Minnesota has that, right? And we're able to find that because they had Napheesa. I mean, look, there was 10 eyes defensively on the court. Every single one of them at all points were on Napheesa Collier. Yeah. And understandably so.
Yeah, I do want to go back to Bridget because last year, right, massive improvement in terms of her offensive production. And this year she kind of, was inconsistent, but I remained a starter on this team, which like hard to do when you think about the bench contributors that they had this season. So like, again, just the confidence of the coaching staff, but also her teammates, right? Is like, we're going to come to you when we like really need you. And it paid off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And she obviously does it all, like kills them with kindness while doing it, which is like the best part of it all. Like she truly looks like she's just having a ball out there and like just hooping with friends. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And Cheryl Reeve, like she's just a master at work, dog. Just a master at work. And like we're also witnessing a baby goat at work with Natalie Achonwa.
Absolutely. Yeah, say her name right.
Come on now.
It's
not hard.
That was crazy. If you don't understand, in the trophy presentation pregame, Kathy Engelbert mispronounced Natalie Achonwa.
Not just mispronounced,
like butchered. Yeah. It was really bad.
It was like she had never heard her name before.
Yeah.
It was deeply, deeply embarrassing on the league's behalf.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you can do. I mean, quick aside, the Sonya Citron All-Star Game thing, right? With Gabby Williams and that mix up this now. And there's probably a few other things that we could take it back to the Skyline dress last year at the trophy. Man. Like it gets to a point, folks. Mm-hmm. It gets to a point where it's like, these are not just blunders anymore. Mm-hmm. Like this is just a complete lack of awareness. But okay, getting back to the game.
Yes.
Natalie Achonwa. Like I know we're gonna we'll come back to her. Let's keep going down the Cheryl rabbit hole because I also think that the conviction she was about to close the game without Courtney Williams and Atlanta Smith on the court. If DiJonai doesn't like get hobbled with the shoe ankle thing, whatever, I don't even know what that was about. But if DiJonai does not sub out in that moment, I don't know that Lan and Courtney are getting back on that court tonight.
I don't think so.
And it seemed as though like Cheryl had the utmost confidence in the super, super small lineup. Mm-hmm. And like that is just goat shit to me. Like that is just
she's the best to do it. She's the best to do it.
I'm also dying to know what she said to them in the huddle between third and fourth quarter because they closed the third quarter it
got a little shakier.
Golden State ended up I think scoring back-to-back buckets to close the third quarter. And Minnesota blew like a 2-for-1 opportunity, right? Pretty badly too. So I just seeing how they came out in the fourth quarter. I mean, everybody knows what's at stake, but like again, you just wonder like what is the message in that moment because what they did in the fourth quarter tonight is why they're a team that's hopefully returning to or at least was in the finals last year and it is looking to make another deep run in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, I think the thing that sticks out to me, and make sure you guys are liking, subscribing while you're in here. We appreciate you joining us here for the late night stream. We're here every night for the playoffs. But to continue on Minnesota, we're certainly going to get to Golden State, and we will be talking Mercury Liberty as well, because goodness, I am disgusted about that game. But to me, the thing that sticks out the most here with Minnesota, and it kind of goes to what you're saying with Cheryl, and like just and more generally speaking, the stability and like just what this franchise has become in terms of like their foundation as a team and like this team especially in particular is so impressive to me because we've seen how teams with their back against the wall have performed in game twos and there's only one team that isn't going to a game three and that's Minnesota. And to me, that devolve like that comes from that. It's rooted in the foundation and knowing when this team has their back against the wall, this opponent has their back against the wall, and they are swinging as hard as they possibly can, giving literally everything. Their season ends with a loss. They were the team that was able to close a game out, and I don't take that lightly. And in that environment too, which by the way, San Jose was rocking. Like we
San Jose sounded like San Francisco tonight. Bro, I couldn't tell. I could barely tell the difference.
100%. So to go in there and to do that, I could not be more impressed. Again, it's things that like I already felt about Minnesota, but it's just being reaffirmed now that we are in the time that again, Minnesota's kind of a unique team because we haven't talked about them as much because they've been so solidified at the top. We've been talking, the teams that are like 2 through 5 and then 6 through 9, right?
The teams that were giving us drama. I get it.
And so like now we're here. We're in Minnesota time now, which is winning time. It's playoff time. That's Minnesota time, and they have delivered today. Again, even Napheesa Collier, right, has the entire world thrown against her tonight. 10 of 16, 24 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Like, the entire game plan was stop Napheesa and make everyone else beat you, right? And even within that, Napheesa still, to me, was making the right decisions, right? Like, just generally speaking, over the course of the night, even if it's not on the box score, but also got hers on the box score. So, I mean, truly impressed across the board.
I think it's also quite poetic on the day when Natalie Achonwa was awarded Coach of the Year, which she won, rightfully so, to be clear. But in the tally, Cheryl only gets 2 votes. And it's just like, to your point, a lot has been missed about the Minnesota Lynx in the season that they've been having because you had new entrants into the race with Natalie, Carl, things like that. But like, I don't know, voters. I need we need to do an audit of those ballots because she's and this season she also became like the most winning coach in WNBA history also as well, if I'm not mistaken. So again, not new to this, true to this.
True.
But yeah, things are if I'm a Valkyries fan, a Valkyries player, I'm another player, almost every veteran in this league is destined to be a free agent.
I was telling you before, and with this point, I will bring up our fellow guest here. Hello, friend. I'm sure you are here for more than just Liberty hate as well.
I try to go to bed.
Hydrate. Get some water.
Lock in, big
dog. I was sleepy, and then it's playoff basketball.
Come on now, locked in.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Johnny's locked in. You guys need to be locked in with no cat space for these streams because we're locked in with you. But Grill, we were making a point, like as we were going live, like if you told me this team is able to kind of keep this group together, keep this foundation, and I don't know who it is, I don't know the name, but if you told me this Valkyries team goes and gets a genuine all-star talent in free agency and is able to level up and compete for like top 4, I would not be shocked in the slightest because that's generally the only thing it feels like they're missing right now. Like you certainly have other holes you could plug, but tonight they went toe to toe with Minnesota, and the one thing it felt like they were missing was that go-to bucket getter and having like that true kind of like when we need you most, who is it going to be? There's not really a solid answer for Golden State right now, but if they're able to go get that, goodness gracious,
or if they're able to draft that, because like I was telling my dad that today, like we were talking about that, and I was like, they've laid the foundation for what you want your franchise to be. Like for them to have record attendance before you get that box office name, like that's incredible. Like they got people to show up for Dallas Wings University graduates who, by the way, go on to do great things once they leave the Wings. But it's still just like, if you say like Xander Lacini is going to be taking your last shot in the playoffs, they're still going to buy tickets. That's incredible to me. So they took like, I don't want to say the leftovers of every franchise in the league, but it's like, that's kind of what it was.
That's really what it is. Yeah.
But like Xander Lacini was on the Lynx last year. So it's like, they took everybody's hand-me-downs and like really went to work. So shout out to Natalie, bro. Like that award is beyond well earned, and it's like Smusko did deserve his votes. That's it. Like that's it. Everybody else, you doing too much. But like Natalie deserved that.
Case out, but yeah, no,
that's. I agree with you, but it's also like I ain't trying to hear that right now. Natalie Achonwa time.
Fair.
Natalie Achonwa over everything, man. Like.
Shawnee, I would like to direct a question to you real quick because you mentioned Dallas Wings University graduates, and I mentioned going to get an all-star talent that could go and take shots, and I immediately saw Arike's name pop up in the chat. What would a Dallas Wing University graduate Arike look like?
This would be the first coach that would actually be able to rein her in and play her within a system. So I would see.
Could you imagine
Arike?
Could you imagine? Yeah, and this is notably a team that also is missing, and this is a good point here, missing their all-star, right? Like in
Yeah.
Kayla Thornton, who isn't like that go-to scorer, but like,
and she's like, they made that all-star from scratch because
Oh,
she was
if we're talking about missing pieces, then Tip Hayes too.
okay.
If you want to talk about,
you need a bucket getter, hey, 100%.
I mean, if you
it's not the best answer, but it's a answer that they didn't have
on the floor, then you know.
Yeah,
but like, shout out to UConn legend, I guess. I don't know.
Hey, go get your home field merch. That's a great idea.
Hey,
yeah, you know. But yeah,
but I think
Go ahead.
Enrique under Natalie Achonwa, we started seeing like potential get tapped into with Latricia Trammell. I think man, if she has like, and that's a strong personality that's gonna hold her accountable. She's not gonna be playing kickball when she gets frustrated. She's gonna have an actual system and somebody that knows how to get her to her spots and like make the game easy for her and play to her strengths. Because like Enrique at her best, bro. I remember I had been tweeting about that. Put Ty Harrison, let Ty like handle the ball and stuff like that, and let Enrique just like work on like just getting to her spot. She had like 30 points on like 45% shooting. And I was like, why don't we do this all the time? Why don't y'all listen to me? Why am I not on staff? But like nobody, took. So I think if Natalie could do that, she would tap into that, and I promise you, we could see MVP Enrique under Natalie Achonwa. Like that's how I'm on board the Achonwa train.
There we go. All right, I love that take. I can get behind that. Yeah, again, like this game, obviously, I mentioned at the top, when that third quarter came and the knockout punch wasn't delivered, I knew we were going down the wire one way or another and how this was ending. But for Golden State to be like, you lucked out and got the 8 seed. Congratulations, right? And to still be able to go and do this, and again, obviously, every other series go to game 3, but like you were right there. You already had a historic season. Like this would have been for like maybe like single game upsets, right? Like one of the biggest we had seen in the W.
They might have had a parade. Like I
would have got behind it. I'll tell you the biggest thing I noticed.
Greer, get up there.
As we were getting ready for the show, the fans stay back and we're just chanting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is different. Like this doesn't happen. Like and like it's certainly like this is historic. This obviously in a different arena, so maybe different fans that don't get to experience this and like maybe cherish it a little bit more. Like there's different factors that play into that, but like this is unique in this way to have such a developed fan base without a star player. We've seen like Indiana, right? Like Indiana has had fans in the arenas before, before Caitlin and Aaliyah and this whole kind of new era ushered in. But like it took the stars to re-usher it back in. Golden State did it completely naturally in year 1, and that's like something that doesn't happen in the WNBA so far from what we've seen. We'll see how the other expansion franchises go and everything, but I mean, literally the bar could not be set any higher for any expansion team to come. And I don't think it's going to be a fair bar to judge them on because this is such an incredible year.
I disagree.
State, but
go ahead. NBA owners coming.
Yeah, and I was going to say, we need to start issuing the challenge. Portland, what's up?
Yeah.
Because Portland, I'm told, hates.
Portland less so because they're not actually NBA owners, but Toronto.
Well, no, but like I'm told Portland has some hate in their heart. I need y'all to express that. They've already got it. Sean Hykins, shout out to the homie, came on and told us like they already have a built-in rival. So Greer, go ahead. I'm sorry, but I'm with you.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying like, we're doing all this maneuvering to get NBA owners in here. No, the bar is set.
Get your money up and get your fandom up. Rep your city.
I'm with it. Again, what a season from Golden State. Minnesota, I mean, again, and I mentioned it, proves why they're the number 1 seed by being the team that was able to withstand a team with their back against the wall and come back and claw back, because you have to play a full 40 against Minnesota. And Golden State played a great 38.
Hey, Minnesota needs to play a full 40 because why were they down 17 and why a shot clock violation at like your incredibly large ages?
It would have. Let's talk about that because that would have gotten. Had they lost this?
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
I said, excuse me. They're not fouling, and then the announcers are saying like, yeah, they're not gonna foul. They're just gonna play straight up, and I'm like, okay, yeah, there's gonna be like 3 seconds left if they like force a shot clock violation, and then they did, and I was like, "Are we serious right now?"
Didn't even chuck it up. Like just held the ball. Yeah,
and like went towards the scores table. Like that's the thing. It's one thing if you're like at least working towards the basket. You're getting further away
instead of
like. And they trap so beautifully. Like they execute. So she got a bunch of players that are very, very coachable and are very capable of like, all right, I may not be able to like, play outside myself and play like a MVP or whatever, but like I can execute this one little thing that she's telling me to do. And when you have a bunch of people that can all do that in harmony, they're scary.
Yeah, the biggest thing with Golden State, and this is the kind of point I made throughout the season, is that you have a bunch of players that have been fighting for their roster spots for their entire career. And so doing the little things means more to them than any other team. Because you have a whole team that have, and I remember, I think it might have been Timmy that said it during the season. It was early on in the season that every player on this team has a 6-woman mentality. Like they're not starters. They're not the superstars. They have been fighting for their careers since they went pro. And you now have a team full of that mentality that is incredibly dangerous when you put it all together because they all do the little things. And it goes such a long way because we see teams, and I think we're about to talk about one, that when those little things don't happen, it gets wicked.
Did you see that?
I do want to pull up this comment by Ace236 because that's also a good point. They could have fouled too. They could have fouled and left themselves more time to execute on the offensive end down one. So, again, I think it though. Trust the defense. 4 seconds without, to Tyler's point, like a true,
but like
alpha type, like.
No. Okay, so here's my thing: 10 seconds without a 1A alpha type is going to me the same thing. You're still gonna have
your chance for a rebound with that.
Yeah, no.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
rebound, and Minnesota gives up those too.
Yeah,
I'm just kind of. I like it. Confidence in your defense, force it. They executed the last play really, really well. So it's like I don't like going into that last shot like assuming you'll miss. You know what I'm saying? Like I get what you're saying. Like give yourselves time for a rebound or something. But it's just like all right, and then pass it out to who? So I don't know.
Put that thing back up probably at that point. But yeah, I mean, this was a game for Minnesota that I mentioned here from Jimmy in the chat, 5 of 10 from free throw line, which is becoming a trend.
To maybe
true, fair enough. Yeah, like this becoming a trend across the playoffs generally as the missed free throws. So like something to watch for. But ultimately Minnesota again being able to win a disgusting game like this and survive.
Not disgusting.
That's championship.
That's been Minnesota all season long
for sure.
They can score 103, 4, whatever they did game 1, and then they can also meet you down in the trenches too, and make it ugly.
We'll come to where you're at. It's cool.
Yeah, we'll come beat you at whichever way you want it. Like you just let us know, and they just keep doing it. And they've been doing it all season, and they continue to do it now in the playoffs. And they're the only team to complete a sweep. Every other series goes to game 3, including Phoenix and New York.
All right, so this is why I really couldn't sleep because I thought it was gonna put me to sleep, but I'm just like, nah.
So, Shawnee, I'm right here with you tonight. I really am. Like I'm right here with you, but I will allow you to call the ISO first. I know that's what the people are here for. Is for the ISO. So I will just lob it up to you, and we'll take it from there. We know why we're here.
Hydrate.
Sabrina sucks. And the internet is catching on. A lot of lies were told about Sabrina Ionescu, about her defense, about if she's a better player than Paige, like about her role on this team, if she's first team, if she's an MVP candidate. A lot of lies have been told to me. I'll just keep it to this season because I can say her entire career, but we can just keep it to this season, and everybody is starting to see it's Groundhog's Day. It's Groundhog's Day. We get 6 more weeks of playoffs after a Sabrina stinker. It's clockwork at this point. She is the James Harden with the blonde ponytail and no fat suit. Like, same heavy ankles as Beard, but like, better insoles. We're doing it again. We do it all the time. Stewie needs help. Stewie is playing on one leg and still was more impactful than 2-leg, both shoe, all insole Sabrina Ionescu. At some point, we have to have a conversation because that's the franchise player. Like when we talk about it and how the Liberty, and I know people want to argue with me about this, but I'm right. That's their number one pick. That's who they brought in to be the face of the franchise when they got her, and they built around her. So yes, they got better players, but they still built around her. And she's just being a backpack. Like that's what I'm trying to like. I keep pointing this out. All of my highlighting of box scores, all of my clips, all of my montages of Rebecca Allen blocks, like these are not without purpose. There's a method to my madness. I was trying to warn y'all. She's mid. And nobody listened. Everybody just was like, oh, yeah. And now we're seeing the franchise ain't franchising.
Yeah. Look, today I agree with you. And
today,
well, she's on her way to Cancun. I sent her by herself. Like I'd send her first. Like that might be an advantage.
In the luggage hold.
Like, I mean, we can send your luggage.
Hey, this comment, this comment right here is where I'm at. Stewie was one legged, and Phoenix said we still gonna put Sabrina in the pick and roll.
But and this is what I'm saying. Like,
you hear how wicked that is, y'all.
Every time it was literally Lex Luthor and Superman with the 1A again and again and again. It was her own teammate. Satu was like over and over and over and over. They found out whoever Sabrina was guarding every single time down the court, and they said, "Hey, come bring that screen up. Come bring that screen up.
Food right here, free, bro. It was free samples like Sam's Club whenever she's guarding, bro.
And over and over, time and time again, Sabrina was getting smoked.
And you know the coldest part about this? The WNBA is so far behind other leagues. They don't hunt matchups like other
100%.
So we're seeing history right now. The very first picked on player is Sabrina Ionescu. And she got worked and reworked and rolled and re-rolled. Like, bro, this is man. Like, we got to see Valhalla, history on the West Coast, history on the East Coast. This is insane. The league is moving forward. They've shown the blueprint. They've shown it against her. I'm sorry, Tyler. Y'all told me, not y'all in here, but like the general populace told me that she was a good defender. And it was because they hated a certain player. So they wanted to gas her up. But I was like, you picked a horrible candidate to try and make this point and highlight because defense, come on now. And I'm so glad that she put herself on the Summer Jam screen. This is my thing. I don't even really have to work that hard hating on Sabrina. It just happens. Like
it falls most times, honestly. Silver platter? Yes.
It's like that SpongeBob episode where he was like, you want us to just sit here and that plane flies over and then like the tent, the picnic, all of the stuff they need for a camp falls and it's like right around them. It's like, that's just what I do with Sabrina, bro. Just sit and wait.
Yeah. Very reminiscent of an MNBA game plan, 100%. Again, we don't really see that matchup hunting like that in the WNBA to that caliber for sure. I mean, it's not like an exaggeration to say they spent that entire second quarter bullying her on defense, like literally picking on her on defense every time. And we'll certainly talk because she wasn't the only one that was bad on New York.
And this is the best she's ever been. I'm sorry, I was gonna let it go, but I'm a little bothered. This is the best she's ever been. So imagine if they had been picking on her whole career and not like waited until year 6 to be like, let's go after her.
Yeah. 3 of 13 from the field, 1 of 8 from 3 as well. 9 points on the game, 2 of 6 from the free throw line, which is also unheard of. Like this is genuinely like, and Shawnee, I know you don't care to pick on her or not, but like, I'm not even really trying. Like, I don't even do the Sabrina hate like this. But this might be one of the worst games Sabrina's ever played. Like all across the board. Like this is like to be a liability like that on defense and not bring the offensive production.
I will say this, like for the stakes, absolutely, right? Like you have the fact that Suey didn't low-key have the confidence to sit out this game. Incredibly telling, in my opinion.
I'm
like,
good.
And let me just actually zoom out a little bit. If I even think back to like Suey's regular season injury, right? The fact that she said like, I gotta be back by my birthday, girl. Because we are at
I got a present to my team. Y'all need me. Yeah.
Hello.
Backpack is out there trying to be Centennial and it just was not working.
You get what I'm saying? So
and then she gets hurt, so it's like okay. Man, because it just when you said like this might be the worst playoff game she's ever had, I don't know. There's several to pick from. So I have to sit and really ponder this because like 1 of 19 is huge. Throwing up in the finals is also huge. Like she's had so many blunders in the playoffs that I'm like, it's hard to call it. But I know like this is typically like how it starts. Like she'll have like a good game in the second round or something like that to like, oh, and ESPN goes crazy and starts showing her highlights because she's got shoes. So she's got to, we got to hype her and make her seem like she's not mid. And then people start tuning in and watching after Stephen A. Smith starts believing in her, after the general populace starts believing in her. They're like, wait, what is this? And I'm like, shit, heated my screenshots.
Yeah. And we are certainly going to get to Phoenix. I just know with Shawnee here, I know what we're here for. Okay. So we're going to get to Phoenix. They were the winners of this game. However, I got more on the Liberty.
So it's your turn. Sabrina's on you. Go.
Look. No pick needed.
Let him cook.
No pick needed. First quarter of this game. New York looks solid. They're going back and forth. You know who you're going through? Jonquel Jones. Where was she the rest of the game? We have had this conversation.
No one in the starting 5 had more than 10
not more than 10 points. No. None.
Not more than 9.
And Jonquel was looking like we were going to get a genuinely dominant Jonquel game. That is where we were headed. That's where it looked like. It looked like they were going to go back and forth and they were going to play through Jonquel. And I thought that the clouds, the heavens had opened up and my prayers had been answered. The New York Liberty were finally going to use Jonquel Jones purposefully. But then the second quarter comes around. And notably, Jonquel was on the bench for a little bit of that. So I was like, okay, you know what? They're going on a run. Your offense not really working. I'll wait for Jonquel to come back in. Then they'll go back to her. They'll stop this. It'll tighten back up. I don't think she had another shot until like late in the third quarter. I could be making that up. I'm going to be honest. But like 3 of 9 in this game. This has been the problem with the New York Liberty ever since Jonquel Jones arrived. There is no reason that after the only player that was really truly successful in that first quarter, you go completely dry, faucet off, no water, pipes busted, and you don't go back to Jonquel Jones? It's ridiculous. There's no reason
to guard her.
That's what I'm saying. Most of the league doesn't. Right. And yet every single game we have this conversation. If you go through the archives of our No Cap Space post-game shows, and every time we talk about the Liberty, if I'm on the show, I am willing to bet I'm talking about Jonquel Jones not being used properly. Because this has happened ever since she arrived, and I just cannot comprehend it. I don't know who the blame goes to directly. I don't know.
Sabrina!
If it's Jonquel Jones not being assertive enough, it's that. If it's the coaching staff, if it's the game plan, if it's Sabrina, I don't know who all needs to be blamed, but everyone deserves it at this point because it's gone on far too long, and they had a chance to make their way back into this game and didn't because they didn't go back to Jonquel.
13 more free throws than the Phoenix Mercury did.
That's ridiculous.
And lost by 26.
Good. Lost by 26. Phoenix only, and then you're probably wondering, well, how well did Phoenix shoot from 3? Not well.
No, they kept going. They were just going to the rim because they just kept driving on Like they kept doing that, and I felt like I was losing my mind. Like, I've had this conversation about Jonquel so many times on this show. It's not some new point. It's not anything. It's not a new discovery. But this might be the game out of all the games I've seen with it that has driven me the most crazy because nothing else was working. And that one was in the first quarter, and they just went away from it completely.
It is Sabrina's fault, because going back to my original point, she's their franchise player. That's the number one pick, because it's very telling to me, and I know she's not a popular figure in the sports world right now, but like when Sloot left, she was like, I want the ball in my hands, like I want to actually like be a point guard. And I remember like they kind of like let Sabrina like run guard and kind of force Sloot to like be on the bench or be at the 2 or whatever. And I was like, why would you bring Sloot in and then like not let her do Sloot like things? So that was also Sabrina's fault. And one of the most telling things to me, Josh Felton had posted, I guess ESPN made a graphic, and it's called Piecing the Puzzle Together. And it's like the last 5 WNBA champions. And it's like you have a MVP caliber player, an elite backcourt, a 3-point specialist, and a paint defender. So for the Liberty, the MVP caliber is Breanna Stewart. The elite backcourt is Sabrina and Banaja Laney. The 3-point specialist is Phoebich, and the paint defender is Jones. So I'm kind of like, Jonquel doesn't even
MVP. Like, how
she won MVP. She won an MVP. Like we she was the best player in the league.
And they label but look at how she's seen in 100%. Light of this, you know, Sabrina gets to be part of an elite backcourt after shooting 1 of 19 in the finals in an elimination game. And Jonquel is reduced to a rim protector, which is an incredibly important piece on a team. And I'm not making any mistake about that. But that woman has an MVP of her own. Yeah. That is a franchise player of her own right. And she gets pushed into these specialized Clint Capella roles. Like, no.
Yes.
And that kind of mentality shows in how they prioritize her on the offense. You just out there setting screens for Sabrina. Like, I don't like that. And it's like, she has been very sacrificial in the sense of like, I'm going to do what the team needs me. And I'm like, the team needs you to be a big dog. So you might have to sacrifice the slow-footed one and actually take over. That's what I would do. I just lock her in a closet. We get her later. Like, give her some snacks. I'd hide her shoes for real.
Oh,
take her insoles. No, I would not. No, I would do it.
For new WNBA fans, the lore of that joke is so funny. Like, wow.
Why would you steal Sabrina's shoes?
If you weren't there for that, what a time that was. But yeah, I mean, again, a lot of these things that we're discussing here aren't new about New York. These aren't new discoveries. We have seen now in both these games the floor of both of these teams and like the worst case scenario for both these teams. And like we'll see what happens in game 3. Before we move on to Phoenix, because I certainly want to talk about them. They went out and won this game. Like, hearts and mind clear on New York for now. I know, Shawnee, you know, it's never fully clear, but
I mean, there's gonna be outbursts, so I will try very hard.
Understand.
Angel says Sabrina can't play defense during a rival. She did. That's my part.
Angel, if you'd like to come on the show and start your analyst career, let us know. Because
forgot about that. We got the clip, man. Yeah. So that's my final shot. We can move on to Phoenix.
Okay, let's talk about it, because I was critical of Phoenix on the last live and even in the preview to this.
But let's go.
And I don't regret it. But I was critical, and because this is the story to me with Phoenix is that you have players that can, not 100% players that will. But tonight they showed that they can. Satou Sabally, like this is, you know, the offensive game you were kind of hoping for. Not like a crazy blow up, 30-point game, but 15 points efficiently, 2 of 4 from 3, getting it on all 3 levels, right? This is what you're hoping for from Satou Sabally. Doing it efficiently and doing it well. Same with Kalia Copper, only 9 shots, but going 5 and 9 for 14 points. And Alyssa Thomas, a more efficient 6 of 13, while also stuffing the stat sheet as she does, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. This, and also the depth here. Like, it's crazy that you have Catherine Westbeld outperforming every Liberty player. Like, that's not supposed to be happening, right?
I mean, I've watched Kayla George.
Hey, Shar got to see his goat in the flesh.
I watched Kayla George go toe to toe with Stewie, so
look, I mean,
Westbeld is not really out of the realm of possibility for me.
Fair, but still,
I will say, like, I was not impressed with Phoenix. They just, to me, won the mid off. Because it's like Sasu was playing well, and she's like, she's got the spring in her step, and she's all,
you put on lip gloss in the huddle, I think. I saw.
Yeah, like, you know, she hyped, and I was like, yeah. And I look, and she got like 15 points, and I'm like, why are we doing all of this for 15 points? Like, respectfully.
Well, when you go 2 of 15 in game 1, anything is,
you know, and that's great, but it's like, what is the expectation here? Because I know it's got to be a little more than that. So I'm glad she got her confidence back, but I just feel like a lot was being, though the energy was like she was doing better than I felt she actually was when I actually looked at the numbers.
So then you don't over there having all that fun.
Yeah, like, calm down.
That's crazy. Then, like, that's wicked. That's wicked.
Coach Riblets, I look up and it's like a 20-point game, fourth quarter with like 4 minutes to go, and Riblets still got her in. And I was like, of all people, you need to go ahead and send to the showers and let them ice up now. That's who it is. Why is she still in this game when it's well out of reach? Where is Kalani Brown? Put her in right now and stop playing with me, Riblets. And I didn't like that. I still do not like Alyssa Thomas's body language. She threw that pass right to the Liberty player, then goes on the other end and fouls. And I'm like, sister, this is, you're doing this. What are you talking about?
Sure Phoenix won tonight? It doesn't sound like it.
I'm hating. I was hate watching on both of them. So I got bars for everybody. This was a hate watch through and through.
Holy.
So I'm operating from like next round perspective, and it's like neither one of these teams. This was a good matchup as a 4-5, and it's what you want to see. You know, it's a good matchup, but I'm just like, it's kind of good because neither one of them are.
I mean, they are middle of the pack.
Yeah, they're for a reason.
Middling,
you know.
Yeah, can't spell middling without mid.
There you go. I mean, not very complimentary there of Phoenix. But
okay, well, what I will say is Phoenix. Shout out to y'all for taking advantage of Sabrina. That was brilliant execution. That's very smart of you to do.
Duck on duck crime for a lot of that, man. Satu was the one that was like really benefiting and eating off of that pick and roll. Like, it was crazy.
Kelly Graves is shaking.
Like, he didn't know what to do. Yeah, I again, like, to me, Phoenix, I thought the defense was solid tonight, like from especially like 2, 3, 4, and was able, like, so, like, you understand. I think you saw to a point in both these games, like, why one team can win this series, you know, but they're obviously very evenly matched, and like, as you would kind of generally expect from your 4-5. So I'm intrigued to see where this one goes. And as we any closing thoughts on the game before we maybe project a little bit to game 3?
I mean, I was really disappointed in the way Phoenix ended game 1. Both in the fourth and overtime, right? They scored like 7 points, something like that.
Yeah, that was really bad. Yeah.
Over 15 minutes of basketball, like, that was disgusting.
Yeah,
get them.
But they have beat the brakes off of New York a couple of times this year.
Get them.
Shawty's back on board for this thing.
So, like, when they beat them in Phoenix on New York's last road trip, West Coast road trip, and I mean, they whacked them good too. I know we're going to talk about game 3 just now, but like, Phoenix, there's no way you should win that game back home in Phoenix. There's no way you should not be the team advancing on Friday night. Yeah.
No, we're still here in this moment of the pressure is on Phoenix. Like, I fully, like, again, now, especially with Stewie, hobbled, right? Like, the pressure is on Phoenix to advance. And I talked about it in the preview here, so make sure you're tapped in here on the YouTube, you're subscribed, so you're catching all the previews and everything as we put these up. And we're giving you pre-game content, we're giving you post-game content, we're giving you boots on the ground content tomorrow, Shawnee. Indiana and Atlanta, we'll have boots on the ground in Atlanta. So be on the lookout for
great
that.
Shirt tonight, guys. Great shirts.
Yeah,
tonight.
really great work, everyone. But yeah, no, I mean, this is the pressure is still to me absolutely on Phoenix. And again, like this is a team that has put in so many resources into this team, this squad to go and win a championship. And I mean, to go out in the first round, especially at home now, right? Would be wicked. I'll throw it over to y'all though as we kind of wrap up here. Your guess, your prediction, game 3. Who's taking it for either team here?
We're talking Phoenix, New York still?
Phoenix, New York.
It's at New York.
No, in Phoenix.
Oh yeah, because they're the 4 seed. Oh, here's the thing. So I saw a stat. Home teams have won 5 games. Road teams have won 2, and like both have come in the New York. The only road wins have come in the New York Phoenix series. So everyone else is taking care of business at home except them. So that kind of puts a wrinkle in things. Like I don't know what y'all about to do, honestly.
Fair. Yeah, fair. I don't.
My predictions are.
The can of worms has been opened with the target, like the intentionality with which they targeted Sabrina on defense tonight. I just don't think you can put the worms back in the can. She's not going to miraculously become.
You're going to have to either live through it or take her off.
It's not Dominique Malonga. That's
for
sure.
Hey, talk about it.
Come on.
You know, there's not going to be an adjustment period. Yeah. So it just really is like, do you feel bad about what you did? And so you're like, all right, guys, let's just run sets. Or are you like, let's end her?
Yeah. So
we'll
Greer,
see what Riblets is made of.
You're leaning towards Phoenix, Greer?
I'm leaning toward Phoenix. However, I still want to keep this in mind that Natasha Cloud played for the Phoenix Mercury last year. Was blindsided, if I remember correctly, by the trade to New York or to Connecticut.
To Connecticut, yeah. To
Connecticut during the offseason. You know, I mean, if the script writers are listening, I would love to see a crazy Cloud game just because.
Saw it in game 1. She was great in game 1.
I mean, she had a shot tonight too. That was just like, oh, that's what we doing.
She's capable of it.
She's a playoff riser, 100%. Yeah.
Sometimes.
No, a lot of the her averages going crazy in the playoffs.
Was super fun. I mean,
I remember she dribbled off her foot to lose the game and lose the series. All right, I remember the lowlights. So if my clips ever,
I hate her through and through. Like
that's what I'm saying. If someone runs my blooper reel and puts me on Shaq and a Fool, I've earned every JaVale McGee type moment there because I'm never forgetting. Also, take that stupid mask off, dog. I'm tired of it.
That's wicked. Yeah, I'm also leaning towards Phoenix. Again, I don't know how to your point, Greer. How do you go back besides just benching Sabrina? Like, how do you stop that?
Ooh, benching her for Maureen Johannes. Oh my god!
Like, what do you do? God. Like, do you just try and play like incredibly big? You know, like
you act like it didn't happen.
Like, is it Rebecca Gardner time? Like, I don't like what is, you know, like I don't Kennedy Burke. You know, like you play Kennedy Burke a ton. Like I don't know what your solution is. If you do try and bench her, but also if you don't bench her. I mean, like you just, what do you do? You know, like I don't. Like,
especially if she's not giving you any offense. It's one thing if she's got 30 and she's like a traffic cone. Yeah. Then it's like, well, sometimes better. You know, the best defense is scoring more points. But it's like if she ain't giving you nothing, you got to do something with the dead weight. My biggest concern is Stewie because like you kind of wasted her tonight. If you were just gonna do all of that to lose, she should have been resting.
Yep.
And so now she's played. She's probably sore. It probably hurts a little bit more. You have to get on a plane and fly to Phoenix. And so I'm just concerned about what she's going to look like game 3 and how much you're going to rely on her because she's going to try and go God mode. And rightfully so, because like we've seen what it looks like when she
Stewie, man. It's Stewie.
Like shoes up. We've seen what it looks like, but I know she's going to try and have that mentality, but I don't know if her body's going to do it unless they get some of the best drugs known to man. and then I'm making a call.
Yeah,
Kathy, you're gonna listen to me. Like, you're gonna listen to me on this call. But yeah, no, like I'm concerned because she should have just, if you're gonna do that, punt it. And punt it entirely and let her come back for game 3. Let her leave yesterday so she could have been there today, laying around, just chilling, resting her legs. So Sabrina ruined it. Oh my gosh. She's
your in conclusion is she ruined it. Well, I'm excited for game 3. I'm excited for tomorrow's game. Again, Shawnee, you'll be there, boots on the ground in Atlanta. You'll have our coverage there. So make sure you're tapped into nocatspacewbb.com. And of course, make sure you're subscribed here because we're going to be live after that Storm and Aces game. We'll be breaking down both Indiana versus Atlanta and Seattle versus Las Vegas. We're going to be here every single night of the playoff show. This is the Playoffathon. Okay. We're making Fetch cool. We're making it happen. Okay. And Fetch is here with the Playoffathon. So make sure you're subscribed here. Make sure you're subscribed on nocatspacewbb.com to get all of our print and podcast content. And of course, our friends at Home Field, you can use code NOCAT15 and get 15% off your first purchase. And check out the No Cat Space collection below. Make sure you like in the stream here. Make sure you're subscribed here so you don't miss out on anything coming soon in our playoff coverage. And until next time, which is literally tomorrow, we'll talk soon.